See, she's trying to get it up. No joke.
It's like everybody's praying or something.
It's like,
Yeah, we got cloudy and everyone got depressed. Yes, I know. Thanks for all those comments.
All right.
Thank you for all your.
Seeing that it is 4:30 PM, I would like to call the February 8th, 2024 meeting of the Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library Board of Trustees to order. We've got a quorum with Sabrina joining us remotely. I noticed right off the bat this time, so
Good.
I need to appoint for purposes of the meeting. Belinda said she'd be our treasurer pro tem for the evening, so thank you for doing that. So when we get to that report, you'll cover it. Next item, introduction of forum visitors. I didn't check the book. I don't believe we have anybody from the public here to speak. We have a host of visitors, but I think they're from the staff, so we appreciate their presence and interest in the activities of the board. Correspondence, I've passed that around. I think everybody's had an opportunity to review that. All good. Consent agenda. That's in front of us. I would entertain a motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. Questions, discussion, or comments?
I do have maybe it's more of a comment on the admin report. And I noticed this recently, the Building and Grounds Committee did a tour of some of our facilities. And when we were at Stringtown, I noticed a wall of plants. And I see in the admin report that there's plant swaps in various, just kind of wondering, just one sentence maybe, what a plant swap is. For those of us who don't, or for those others who don't know, for those listening in at home.
I would say it's like a little free library, but with plants. So you can take one, leave one. You can, if you have a little
So
cutting
they
and you
come
want to
from
leave it.
patrons?
Yeah,
Patrons?
yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
there were a lot
Yep.
at Stringtown. Remember that whole wall of,
mhm,
Yes.
yeah,
all right. That's awesome.
Go get you a plant.
they're very popular.
I would kill it, I'm sure.
All right, any other discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Governance. Believe we have any topics to cover this week, this month? So we'll move to the finance report. Report of appropriations, Lori.
Our appropriations are our 2024 budget at the end of January 31st, 2024, had a balance of $15,880,818.79, approximately 94% of the original budget. That includes encumbrances from previous year. And that's about on track if we were to divvy it up a 12th at a time, and that would, because that would be 92%. So that's where we ended the month of January. Our investments for the month of January, as of the 31st, in our state investment pool Trust Indiana, for all four funds was $14,032,500. The average daily yield for January is 5.4102, or up a little over 0.1% since December. And the average daily yield year to date was 5.4171, or up almost 0.4% since December. And it actually resets itself at the beginning of January. So we wanted to make sure that we saw that you noted that the average daily for year to date was just for the month of December. I'm sorry, for the month of January, but we wanted to make sure that we compared it to December.
One of the things on that report, Lori,
Mhm.
I can't remember recently a time where it was down on the average daily yield. Have we had like a really good run of
Yes.
it being up?
Yes, the market's done very well. I would say the last 9 months, 10 months. The first quarter of 2022 was not great for anybody. So after that, we did see a small bit of uptick. And then towards the end of the year, as the Federal Reserve was increasing their rates, we saw additional increases, larger than normal.
Thanks.
Next item. We don't need to approve that, do we?
Nope.
Investments today, covered that. Next item would be approval of bills.
I would like to submit for approval total invoices for the month of January of 1,511,388.20. And payrolls dated January 12th for 342,165.45, and dated January 26th for $491,459.15. And that is in the form of a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Other business. Lisa. New hire probationary period, employee handbook revision.
Ooh, okay. The employee handbook was last revised. There we go. March 9th, 2023. EVPL is currently doing their annual review of the employee handbook to be brought to the board with some updates future months. However, there is a revision EVPL is currently asking to take to be effective February the 9th of this year. Get that back up there, maybe. There we go. So the performance evaluations, we would like to change the evaluation period from 3 months to 6 months. Change the evaluation schedule from the 30, 60, and 90 days to a 1 month, a 2 month, a 4 month, and a 6 month. The proposal is to request the board to approve the employee handbook revision dated February the 8th, 2024 to be effective February the 9th, 2024.
Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion and second. We have a copy of the proposed changes in your board with the items in blue are the changes. I mean, I asked Scott this too, so in all
Mhm.
fairness, but I'll ask anyways. Why this change today? What, is it just preemptive or thinking ahead, or was something happened?
Nothing happened. It's kind of more of thinking ahead. We're finding that with a lot of changes that are happening, it takes a little bit longer for people to, understand and all the technology, et cetera. We just felt it was better to give a little bit of a longer period. We did have a 6 month when I started, under a different administration that was changed to the 3 month. And, it did give a lot more time to get through and make sure that they have everything that they need to succeed.
In our prior one, I looked through this, but the promotion and transfer, is that in addition, or was that happening kind of without being?
So the promotion and transfers were more of just a 30 and a 60 day.
Okay.
But we felt because even though, some of these positions change a lot. So we talked about it, and it would be better just to make everybody across the board, make it equal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have questions. When we talk about, employees are on probation, that's a change in there, that word. Are there any benefits or anything that otherwise employees would not have access to during this period?
No. All of our benefits, as in the paid benefits for insurances, et cetera, first of the month after the date of hire. The personal business, they get up front. That was something that did go with the last time. Vacation time, they still earn it during the first 3 months. So we're not changing anything with that. So they're earning it, they just can't use it, but they're still.
So Lisa, that doesn't change. So changing this period from 3 months to 6 months does not change any of that for employees. That's good.
Correct.
And then are new employees are they well aware of this? Whenever they're
Yes, yes, it's all gone over through their onboarding period, as well as in the handbook. So then they do have to sign off on reading the handbook within the first 30 days of employment. So.
Perfect.
Then my last question, this is the other question I asked Scott, as I think about this and I read this, the timing makes sense. Promotion and transfer. So I'm here, I take a promotion, I get promoted beyond my skills, and I don't succeed there, and our recourse is to terminate, as opposed to offer them an opportunity to return to their prior position where they were obviously succeeding because they got a promotion.
So that all depends because those positions have been filled more than likely. If a position is open that they could go into, then of course they could go into that. Yes. But once again, we only had so many positions, so it would be unfortunately filled.
But
more
I
than
guess I'm
likely.
asking you to provide some assurance that we would make attempts to keep a
Absolutely,
EVPL team member who
absolutely.
So that's
took a
exactly,
transfer because they
Yeah.
thought they might succeed at this. And I assume we would offer to it more often than not because they were succeeding in what they were doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I would hate to see a situation where we promote or transfer somebody who's not
That's a great
succeeding.
point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
That you
that's-
don't,
exactly why we lengthen it. So
Yes.
before we only had those 2 check-in points. So this actually extends the time that we can do coaching and skills and training to support that transfer or promotion. More often a
And
promotion where you need additional time to really get your feet underneath you rather than just that 60 days.
right. And we have extended a probation period, given another month or even 2 months. If we feel there is that possibility, and we've done that. And they've succeeded. They realize the importance of it and they've succeeded.
And I'm assuming during this process of the evaluation that it's pretty transparent. So if I was that employee and I'm struggling, it gives me an opportunity to start looking for other options within the organization.
Correct, because they definitely made aware during those that this is what they need to succeed to during that next 30 days.
Okay,
Mhm.
thanks.
okay. There is a motion on the floor. Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
The eclipse presentation. Should we turn the lights off? Or the cool glasses?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name's Kelly McDaniel. I'm the programming department librarian here at Central. And I was just going to share some quick information about some of our programming that we have planned all around the total solar eclipse that's happening April 8th. While we will be closed that day for lots of reasons, we really wanted to capitalize on this opportunity to engage with our community. We're not the only organization that is really excited and hosting events for the eclipse. So we have been working together as a team. I've been working with many of our programmers across the system to put together programs and materials for our patrons that are available for all ages and making sure that we have a variety of programs. You should have an eclipse brochure in your packet. This was put together by one of our teams of staff members that's been working on the eclipse. It has different information about the eclipse, safety information, as well as a listing of programs that we have all themed around the eclipse, as well as some other just fun things like a crossword puzzle, a book list, all related to the eclipse as well. And of course, we worked with our fantastic marketing department to put this together. So this is available to all of our patrons. Inside of this, you'll see a list of some of our eclipse themed programs. One of our largest events that we're doing is the Solar Fest. This is a system-wide program we're doing across all 8 locations. It's going to be a huge celebration. We're going to have an eclipse themed story time, eclipse themed crafts, some science activities, even some information about citizen science and how patrons can actually collect observations and data on the day of the eclipse. So really cool stuff happening at the Solar Fest. We have lots of other kids programs, crafts around the eclipse. We have many different speakers and experts that are coming to speak at the library and provide their expertise and knowledge on eclipses. We even have an eclipse entertaining program that's all about hosting your own solar eclipse party. So we definitely have a wide variety of programs to engage with our community around the eclipse. Also, our outreach department has been planning lots of outreach events with partnered programs with Angel Mounds, Wesselman Woods, and Your Brother's Bookstore. So not only are we thinking about programming in the library, but we're also thinking about outside and partnering with other organizations as well. So we are very excited, and we hope that the community will engage with us and celebrate the solar eclipse. So thank you. Are there any questions?
Once again, awesome. Whoever put all this together.
Do we get glasses?
If,
We do.
if you have a library card with us or attend an Eclipse themed program.
That's all it is me, thank you.
I would assume so. And if you don't have a library card with us, you can apply for one. Absolutely. So, or attend an Eclipse themed program.
I appreciate the presentation and the information. I have not been able to look through the packet yet, so I don't know if this is in there already, but the National Weather Service in Paducah has a climatology site. If you go to their regular site, there's a climatology for the Eclipse site, which is tracking past data for April 8th. Is it going to be cloudy? Is it not going to be cloudy? So I don't know if that would help out unless you already know about it, but
Yeah,
a lot of
absolutely.
people seem to be interested on whether or not the eclipse is going to be
For
a
sure.
big event, what the weather will be like, so.
Yeah, that sounds like a great resource.
Service is chiming in on the eclipse too.
Add that link on
Please
the-
quit sending me.
For
the
sure.
invites
Go to comment.
to The solar eclipse parties I've already accepted. The stuff invites, so the big parties are happening. now.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you.
You can let them know that the climate, or I don't know if you can hear me, but
Mhm.
that is something that is included on the Explore Evansville website. There can be weather.
Great,
I don't, but we can look at it.
Heather's gonna add it to our Eclipse webpage.
Absolutely.
perfect.
Yes. Right.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
All right, the EVPL Annual Foundation Liaison Report. Rick.
Hey, I'll try to be quick. I'm told I only have 60 minutes for this. So, we met on January 17th, 2024. Let's see, I was present, Dr. Dale Doty from USI, Mark Razor from USI, Dr. Eric Wire, our president, and Barb Williams were present. As members, also present was Heather O'Grady, Lori Tomlin, John Drone, and Joshua Brona. We had an investment report from Matt Austin and Addison Volkman. Investments are going well there. There was a recommendation to continue our investments around the moderate risk allocations. We had the election of board members for the foundation, just like we had here for the regular board. Let's see here. At our financial report, year-to-date finances, statements of activities, and statement of position. We talked about the 2023 Friends Committee book sales, which had a net profit of $30,190.39. I wish it was 30 million. If I just say it, does it make it true? Okay. You don't move some money over? Okay. We talked about outreach and fundraising. Ms. O'Grady discussed the tentative steps for increasing fundraising and foundation visibility. There's something in your packets about the next speak, right? I thought I saw that. It's in this packet. So those speak events, and we also talked about the idea of adopting new donation software. We also approved our 2024 budget. And then the next book sales for 2024, we've got one coming up March 2nd and 3rd.
Here.
And yeah, it'll be here in the Browning Room. So
Goal of 30 million.
a new goal of 30 million. I can't wait to tell Dr. Eric Wire. So he needs to get busy. But any questions? I think that about sums up the meeting. Good deal.
Thank you. Announcements?
Yes, first announcement, I would like to have our board president announce who he has appointed for the minutes this year for the Building and Grounds Committee
Same group as last year.
And finance.
and Finance
Same
Committee.
group as last year. Do I have to say all the names? We know who it is.
Okay.
We know who.
We'll make sure it's in the record.
Okay, just making sure. My announcement, Kelly kind of stole some of my thunder. I wanted to point out all the amazing pieces of information in your packets that the marketing team put together, because they look amazing, very, very professional. And it really illustrates all the hard work of the staff of all the program events and everything and services that the library is providing. If you didn't know, The new notary service that we started at the beginning of this year has gone very, very well. We have done tremendous business with that so far with setting up appointments for notary services. And our passport service, I looked at the statistics because Nancy, who provides our statistics for you each month, put that out there. We did over 100 passports in the month of January. I knew we did a bunch, but over 100. And so I'd like to thank Margie and her staff at Circulation Service that takes care of passports for a tremendous job of taking care of those. Great.
Any other announcements? The only thing I will add is that I will second Scott's comments. The materials that our marketing people and our teams are putting out are just, they're gorgeous. And they look fantastic to represent the library very, very well. I'm a little afraid they're doing it so well. Somebody might see them and start wanting our people, but
Mhm.
it looks amazing. I would mention on the notary thing, I noticed that even a patron picked up on it on social media. There was the thing a couple weeks ago, it said free services at the library, and somebody commented in there because it didn't say notary. It said plus notary services.
Awesome.
So-
That's great.
So somebody noticed it out there.
But,
I thought that was nice.
and also I want to comment on these beautiful pamphlets and all the information that has been provided for Black History Month. Very inclusive. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Also, I have been notified that you will all be getting your eclipse glasses at the next meeting.
Do I
We're
need to
good
bring
to
my
go.
card?
Yes. We'll look it up prior, just to make
I'll have
sure
to
you're all in
find
good
it.
standing, but,
And
you will all have
Do you
them
need
at the
my
next
prescription?
meeting. No.
And my final comment is the Building and Grounds Committee last week took a tour of the McCullough project. It's going very, very well. It looks beautiful. I think it's going to be a welcome addition to the EVPL. Not that it's an addition, but an enhancement.
Upgrade.
There's the word I was looking for. Word power was not my thing. A great enhancement for the EVPL system. We also toured the Stringtown location and the Red Bank location, as those are two locations that are on our master planning list to continue to look for solutions for those locations. So we did spend some time there and appreciate the great work that folks are doing in less than ideal situations in those two locations.
Yep.
So thank you to everybody. And with that, I'll call for the adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Good job.
Good night.